What's up, YouTube? In this video, I want to talk about what I learned from arm wrestling Devon LARRATT, and I pulled him back in September, so about 4 months ago now, and I can say I've learned a lot since pulling him, what I need to work on, and I'm going to go into that in this video and show the footage of when we trained. It was a fucking honor being able to pull with him. It was such a fun time. And the crazy thing is I had a tournament the next week, but since he was in town, I can't pass up on pulling Devon, but I still gave it 100% basically, all the pulls, even in practice here, just to see what I could do against him, but I learned so much.
Puller. For 3 years you've been pulling? Dude, you're so far, so good. You want to tighten it?
So here is our first time pulling on the right. Getting that strap ready. I feel comfortable here. I remember my hand felt comfortable, but he just starts rising in that defensive position. I got an incredible position there. Got him separated there, and then from there I'm usually super strong there, but he's able to. I mean, it's just like a lock. The main thing I'm doing wrong here is I'm not rising through his fingers as much. Even in that offensive position, I should be rising this way, going this direction instead of just trying to go down, because he's just countering me with rise and pronation. And eventually my wrist will go. I have to go back. I'm just using cup, mostly cup and side pressure, but not enough pronation. And by about this time, he's starting to take my wrist.
So tasty, this Las Vegas energy.
And I'm pretty much completely gassed out at this point. I'm totally gassed out.
It's a cosmic punch. Well, you can keep fighting. Yeah, people left, but you don't have to give up.
He goes, you can keep fighting, but the thing is, when you're completely gassed out and you have nothing left, then you're not doing anything. So there's really no point.
Yeah, talking shit. That's all good. But how do you know what I am? Strap no strap.
Here we're going on the left here. And he's just playing games, just hand fighting here. Yeah, the main thing is you don't want to hold on. That's one of the main things I learned. Don't hold on, especially out of the straps. Like, never hold on. You'll hear Devon saying this all the time. Never hold on.
Okay, so you
just grab it. Just grab it. Just grab it.
So you'd be stupid to hold on to that when he's letting go, because you're gassing more energy than he is. So we end up going to the strap. I'm like, all right, I'm not playing this. Let's go to the strap.
No, that's okay. Oh, this looks serious.
And you hear Brandon saying, this looks serious. I'm trying to give him my best crack on the left arm here. And my left arm is stronger than my right slightly, so I knew I could probably potentially at least move his arm a centimeter or two. At least, you know, hopefully, was my thought. So I'm trying to get a good position here with my hand. And he's already, even at this point, he's already going. He's already rising and pronating, just establishing a better grip the whole time. I'm just trying to get somewhat comfortable before I start to hit. But I just feel that he's like slightly risen up. Like, I can't get on top of his hand. He's still rising to where I can't get the top position. Usually on the left, I like to have that top position and crash down from there. But I can feel him taking that top position with that rise. I'm surging.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. So I felt like I was in a comfortable spot here when I was surging. Like, I felt like I was accessing my power. And then once he started to drop down and get over top of my hand, I was just under him. Like, here, my wrist is starting to go back, but the side pressure still is pretty intact. What I should have been doing more is climbing and rising before I go to the side, or doing it simultaneously. Like I'm not doing as much climbing as I should. Like my hand is in one spot. I should be rising and sliding while I'm hitting to the side.
Oh yeah, there we go, there we go.
Yeah, once he gets me in this position, my wrist is bent back and he's just over top of my hand, so I can't even apply my side pressure, and I was getting pretty gassed at this point.
Pop, pop. Yeah, there we go. Now it's on. Now it's on. There we go. Swing for it. You're gonna have to swing if you want it.
Make one last surge here, but that was it. I was gassed out there.
Good fighter, good fighter. Good fighter.
Man, that was so fun. And here's a little bit later, we got to pull again. This was like the second time, probably about 20 minutes later or so.
I'm already going, by the way. We'll start again.
So on the right, he's just completely rising and pronating and controlling my hand. I just felt like I had no access to getting on top of his arm for side pressure, so I'm going to the side, but I'm really not able to get it down because he's rising, pronating, and I can't get over top of it. I needed to go backwards more and rise while pronating, getting on top of the hand before I go down to the side. I need to have that high position. As he says, rising is so important, which again is one of the main things I learned. That's why I wanted to make this video, because not only did I learn don't hold on so much out of straps, work on that pronation, and then also not holding on. Well, that's what I just said, but not holding on, and then rising, pronating, being super key in arm wrestling. Like he's saying it's over there, and he's demonstrating to go like this, which is super important concept, especially if you're trying to get height. Like if you're trying to get height, you don't always want to go offensive, because the person who's going defensively like this is oftentimes able to get that high position, and then from that high position, that rise, then they can crunch down and get on top. So when you kind of hit this way and you're hitting upwards and out and you're getting the high position, you want them a little bit under so you have the rise, and then from there going offensive is a good way to go. But when in doubt, you want to rise and pronate. And like what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to, I was just squeezing and cupping, and like you said, I'm just chasing his hand and just trying to get a grip on it instead of not chasing so much, but establishing my own height and pronation.
I'm never gonna start. I will never start.
And this was such a fun practice. Like the turnout here was awesome. The energy, as you can see here, just like a whole vibe, this practice. I mean, when Devon's in town, everyone is showing up here.
You good? You good? Where do you want it? Good. Good. That fight's hard though. Yeah. But you need to hit and then hit again. Hit and then hit again. Not this steady stuff. I'm an anaconda, don't you know this? You gotta hit. I usually hit and then hit again. Hit and hit again. He's the hydraulic. You gotta hit and hit again. That's it. Hit.
Yeah, so he's completely sucked all my power up here.
I'm telling you, I don't lie to you. I don't lie.
Saying hit and hit again. I was doing more steady, just trying to get tight in my position, but what worked better on the left was surging to the side. But really it's just I need more rise, more pronation, because my cup felt pretty damn decent against him, but he's giving away the cup in order to just pronate and establish that height, which makes it very hard to pin someone. Even if you have the cup, if they're rising and pronating, it's like, that's like the complete strategy right there.
Tell me if you don't believe me. Just tell me, just say the words. I know you know. It's over, just give it up.
So that was it for the right. I think we did one more on the left here.
I wouldn't even be here tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, we did one more on the left in the strap.
$10,000 Oktoberfest.
And I got a good purchase on his hand here. Obviously, he was giving it to me. If he were to go offensive from the start, I think it would not even look this close whatsoever. But even just in him holding and letting me work, I have learned a lot.
How you doing? Yep, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Come on, Tom.
Yeah! Yeah!
Hi, Tom. Hi.
Yeah!
Hi, Tom. Let's go, Tom. Put those lats into it.
So you should have joined me. Right? In crescendo, right? I can only hold on so long.
So yeah, by about
Put those lats into it.
this time, I'm pretty much gassed by the time you start saying you should have joined me. But I got a decent hit on his hand there. His pronation was so strong that my wrist started going back. As I went to the side, my wrist started going back. So I ended up hitting with, I guess, kind of a half flop, half pronation to the side.
And after half the turn, you just compare it.
This surge here was pretty good. I think I got him pretty separated. He was starting to give me some rope, but he probably gave me a little bit too much. That's why he reeled it in after this hit. He's like, oh shit, okay, that's a good position. And then he started engaging his pronation really well, getting tight, and then from there gassing me out.
Yep, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Come on, Tom.
Yeah! Yeah!
Hi, Tom. Hi.
Yeah!
Hi, Tom. Let's go, Tom. Put those lats into it.
And then I think we went once more, but I was gassed out. I was gassed out by then.
Let out, let out. Bring your next strongest, bring your next.
Yeah, I was completely gassed by that point in time. And like I said, even on that match on the left there, I had a good position, and it looked like it was competitive. But I mean, it's hard to say with Devon. Oftentimes in training, he's letting people work and letting them get in that position where he looks weaker so he can work more, and that's just how it goes. But the main things I learned, to recap, are to not hold on out of the straps, get better at kind of using a flat-handed wrist and pronating and rising, going out, and then from there hitting to the side, either with the flat wrist or hitting over top and then cupping. But I'm not initiating with cup as much initially, instead initiating with rise and pronation. Then from there, if I can establish a really good high position, I can start to cup and then go offensive. So that's really, I think, a really hard to beat style, because if you're not holding on, you're going to be able to get to the straps whenever you want. And then from there in the straps, again, don't be chasing the other person's hand trying to get a grip, but instead create your own position where they have to chase you, basically, if that makes sense. So you're creating your own rise, your own pronation, sometimes even kicking your own wrist back so that you're able to use more pronation, because oftentimes you're able to use more pronation with your wrist back and going like this as opposed to from here, because when you're cupped more, then they can get you in the hook easier. But if you have your wrist kicked back, it's harder for someone to establish a hook if you don't want to let them get into it, basically. So those are the main things I learned. It was an absolute privilege to pull with him. Hopefully I pull again with Devon soon. And that's it for the video. I hope some of you guys learned something from this. If you have any questions on arm wrestling technique or anything, I'm happy to make videos on it. I've been uploading every day, so I'm going to continue to do so. Everything arm wrestling related. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching.